just ended out of the relationship. But no, I would like to. Hi people, my name is Saco. They call me the Compere, the set of humor. So I'm sharing with you on the series on how to lose your mentor. One of the best ways to cook your mentor, the pet name that his friends usually call him, or his wife calls him. Maybe they call him headmaster, for instance. Thank you everyone for joining. Good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining us from. My Oga, I can see you. Mr. Ayami, long time. How are you doing, sir? Good to see you. Joki, thank you for joining. Ceci, the man that sings with goose pimples all over our body. Thank you for joining. How are you doing? Thank you, Toyin Margaret. Thank you so much for joining. It's going to be a very great time this afternoon, this evening. Our guest is already waiting for us. So we'll be telling us what we are discussing today. Oh, Chief Dino. Chef Dino. You're welcome. Oh. Our very great singer. That's one of the best songwriters. Watch out for Chef Dino. It's one of the best songwriters you can find. Out of this world. Mind-blowing lyrics, content and everything. Writer, poet, so many things in one. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Mr. Giwa. Thank you for joining. I see your passion for the deliverance of Nigeria on your pages. I see you commenting on how Nigeria needs to move forward. I see it from time to time on your page. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. Yeah, so even he raps as well. Wonderful person, Dare. Thank you for joining. Spirit of Saco is here already. He brought the spirit with him today. Spirit of Saco is here. All right, so just let me invite Saco because Saco has another event immediately after this. So we don't want to waste any time.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Spirit of Saco.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you today, sir.
Same here.
How are you doing today?
I'm awesome. And how are you doing too?
Fine, thanks for asking. It's a great privilege and honor for us to have you.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been asking how did that? Very fine, thank you. Very, very fine.
Yes.
It's such an honor and privilege to have a dynamic Compere with a sense of humor. And it's a great privilege. A lot of my friends a lot of people have been following you for a long time now. And they see, personally, I've been following for close to 10 years, watching how that you're doing. Yes, I've been at some of your events, and I've seen how you have been able to give us some kind of a different perspective to comedy, to MC. You're one of the few people that I know, because I have a problem when people, I'm sure you will agree with me, this kind of event, when people call you for events, they say they want an MC, but at the back of their mind, they want a comedian. So they want an MC to do the role of a comedian. They want to do everything together and everything. So I know you have such experiences, and you have been able to balance all of, and it's been mind-blowing for me. I'm really amazed at the way you've been able to balance this over the years. With over 13 years experience in the industry right now. And we are so glad to learn from you. Your passion for mentorship and mentoring is one of the reasons why we are attracted to you. And we appreciate you very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, yes, sir. So we don't want to waste much of your time because we know you're a very busy man and you have another event right after this. So we want you to talk to us about this issue of mentorship, mentoring. You've been doing a lot of skits. Very funny, the way you pass your message across with humor. I just watched How to Lose Your Mentor.
in 20 seconds.
Yeah, see, I just watched one that you mentioned, the calling your mentor by the pet names.
By the pet names, yes. That friends call,
That's a headmaster.
Headmaster. Get it out of the relationship. Yes, thank you.
and I was still able to laugh. How do you do that?
Yes.
How do you do this? Passing out your message and being able to.
You know, for me, there's a part where you need to evolve. You need to keep evolving, keep evolving. Like I said, like, you know, I started comedy 13 years ago and it was strictly comedy. But, you know, as I grew older, I realized that the things I was passionate about, I'm no longer passionate about. I was just asking for more. I just kept on saying to myself, after comedy, what else? After comedy, what else? My children came, I got married. And I began to mentor people from acting, you know, doing comedy, and I began to attract people. People began to, you know, get attracted because of the values that I stand for. As you know, I'm a church boy. I grew up in church. I'm a member of the choir. I'm born again. And I said to myself, as at 2010, I kept referring myself as a gospel comedian. But I realized that when you get into a plane, you don't ask if the pilot is a gospel pilot. You don't ask if the doctor is a gospel doctor. So why don't you just doctor? As long as you're professional, what makes them able to fly a plane is because they are licensed. So as Christians, whatsoever you're doing, make sure you're working on yourself. You're building on character. You're building on values. What value do you stand for? We know about the SWOT analysis, your strength, your weakness, your opportunity, and your threat. I know where my strength is. I focus more on my strength than my weakness. A lot of times people focus on their weakness than their strength. And that's how you have a quality relationship around you. I'm a product of mentorship. I am where I am today because my mentor saw beyond where I was. I remember my first trip to the UK. 2010 was when my first boss said to me, when you come to the UK, when you come to the UK, I will come and pick you at the airport. And I'm saying, how is that possible? I didn't have the mindset that I could even travel the world. But, you know, because of the place of service, because mentorship also involves service. People do not understand that service is the roadmap for you to getting the things you want to get. I tell you today, thank God for my parents, thank God for the people around me, my pastors, you know. And then he said the word in 2010. He told me to come. He was coming from the UK. I met him in University of Ilorin, MC Mark, and then 2010 he said I was going to arrive at the airport by 5 a.m. and by 4:30 a.m. I left the house. By 5 o'clock, I was waiting for him. By 6, it was already, you know, before he could clear his luggage. And as soon as he came out, he made a statement and said, Saco, the day you come to the UK, I'll come to pick you at the airport. It was too big for me to imagine me going to the UK. UK was a big thing. And that 2012 opportunity came. And July, this man was waiting for me at the airport to pick me. 2 years. The words that he said to me, and you know, the words that he said to me, I'm mentoring from my mentor, Oli Malam, you know, inspired me and said, he did, and you know what mentoring does for you? It makes the journey that takes 5 years, it makes it short. What it took your mentor here to get, if you are consistent and you follow service and you are faithful, because usually a lot of people don't look for mentor, they look for sponsor. People are looking for sponsor, they're not looking for mentor. But if you are faithful with mentorship and you are faithful with mentoring, you won't need a sponsor eventually. I have never asked for a sponsor in my life. I've never asked for a loan, because the things that I learned from mentoring has given me all that. By the grace of God, all the things that I have today is through comedy and through the gift that God gave to me. But He's wanting to have a gift, He's wanting to be skillful with your gift. Because a lot of people say, how do I discover my gift? There are a lot of things happening around you that you can, if you have empathy for people, if you are passionate about people, if you know how to make friends, if you know how to, there are things that people can do in the midst of competition. You can do it. That's gift for you. You know, people think I don't have a gift. You have a gift. There are some things people want to achieve and say this guy is the only one that can achieve these things. You know, people around you that you know anywhere they want to go to, they want to achieve. It's a gift. It's a gift. So for me, I'm just changing. One of the reasons why I'm doing it, making it very humorous, is because some of the things that we learned when we're growing up, some of the songs we remember to date are things we remember when having fun. So I just in my car last week, this series started, how to lose your mentor in 20 seconds. Okay, so this one I just got it last week, and I realized that I can do a short video for 20 seconds. And I said to myself, what can I do in 20 seconds that can get people's attention? I started last week Monday, and it just came. I did several, and as soon as because you have to keep doing it. A lot of people think that mentorship, you just start one day and pram, or anything you are doing. As you are consistent with your career, you have to be consistent with your mentor. You have to say to yourself, what will you bring to the table? A lot of people just want to meet a mentor and they want to get the mentor's attention immediately. It took me 4 years. It took me 4 years to get my mentor's attention. 4 years. I saw only Malam anchoring an event in 2004, and I said to him, "This man is living my dream. He's a Christian and he's confident, and this was what the dream I wanted to live. This was the life I wanted to live." And I said, "This man is already living it. How can I connect to him?" And I kept on. I sent him a mail. I just said, "I want you to mentor me." I didn't even know what I sent. I just know I sent him a mail that time. I don't know the content of what the mail is, but I remember he didn't respond. He didn't respond to the mail. But everywhere this man went to, I followed him. Every event I see him, I will go. Every program, once I see his flyer, I'll say, "Mommy, I'm going for a vigil." I will see him and watch him. Sometimes I go meet him. Can I get an opportunity? Because he doesn't know me, and because he's careful, he doesn't know the kind of jokes that I do. He said he's sorry, and he politely tell me. One of the things that I say to people is mentorship is it's a symbiotic relationship. Mentorship is not the fact that you have more. You know how the definition. The definition is mentoring is guiding. That's it. Apart from that, any other thing is you are both leaders. It's just that you just need more experience to get to know the things that do. So when I meet some people and I say and they start thanking me, I say, "See, one of the things that I must say to you is it's a privilege that I'm mentoring you. If I don't do this, somebody else will do it." That's the truth. It's a symbiotic relationship. What I know today, I learned it through process. I learned it through time. So don't let anybody feel that because he's mentoring you is bigger than you. They're all leaders. Everyone is a potential leader. And it's your job as a mentor to make them see. And the truth is, if you don't allow mentoring, your name will not live after you. Your name will not live after you, and you're not going to be a player forever. You're not going to be a player forever. No matter how popular you are, if you don't evolve to being just not just a player, to being a mentor, to being a coach, the same place where you had access, few years from now, you might not have access. Because you're not the rave of the moment any longer. People do not remember you. So our topic is maximizing mentoring. I just want to give the background to let you know that mentorship for me is something that I'm passionate about. I want to give my all to it. I want to give my all to serve the people that I call mentor. Mentor is a big word. Mentor is actually someone's name. If you Google, it's someone's name. It was someone that actually helped to mentor someone that traveled. If you have time, just Google how did the word mentor come. It's a big word. It was just Bamitojo mommy. You know how you say Bamitojo mommy, train my child. I'm traveling for a trip. Make sure you take care of this guy. And by the time he came, he had taken care of the guy. And that was how the word came, mentor. Mentor, you can see mentorship from your parents. There are different kinds of professional mentors. There are different kinds. There are parental mentors. But the truth is nowadays, some parents even need mentorship. Because the truth is they do not even know the value of the level that their children carry. So for me, I just wanted to give that background so that people can know. I wrote something that as a protege, you need to be fat, FATA, FAT. You need to be fat as a protege to a mentor. If you want to maximize, you need to be fat, FATA. I know in the foreign one, you don't want to say somebody is fat, but I had to use the word so you can remember. FATA. FATA means you have to be faithful, you have to be available, and you have to be teachable. Faithful, available, and teachable. In the place of study, I realized that that's what you need. If you can just be faithful with your mentorship, with your mentor, you would realize the capacity of the things that you never imagined. Whenever I'm talking about mentorship like this, sometimes I get so emotional and I realize that if I had not submitted myself to mentorship, I don't know what my life would have been. I don't know what my life would have been.
I could allow you to go on and on like this.
You can allow me go on.
I already got a few things. Symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
But now I'm sure questions are already coming in, but I just want to ask you. I'm sure you are very observant of the environment and what the world is saying right now. It seems there's some level of pride in this generation. In terms
there
of
is.
Trying to disapprove mentorship and all of that. We have information we have access to knowledge and everything. And then we want to just be disrespectful to older people and people that have gone ahead of us. What do you say, based on your observation, to young people listening to us right now?
The truth is I can't convince anybody. The job of a mentor or whatsoever it's not to dictate what you want. It's for you to just influence you. And when you begin to dictate, you're no longer a mentor, you're not a dictator. So give the option. And I must say to you, you're not sent to everybody. We're not sent to anybody. The people that know the value of mentors will know that mentorship is essential. Yes, this is a realm where you can get anything online. I know people that say they don't, I'll share this story. With you. A few years ago, a young guy came to meet me and said to me, he wanted me to mentor him. He came all the way from Osun State and said he wanted me to mentor him, and then I went to, they invited me to a church and he came there. He just kept on saying, I love you, I follow you. And I said, thank you so much. And then he says, and I was only given 10 minutes to perform in a church. I'd not seen you before. I've not seen your performance before. And then he followed me. I'm speaking from my side. I like to tell story.
Yeah.
And then he says, sir, can I perform? And I said, I'm sorry, you cannot perform because this is 10 minutes and I do not know your style of comedy. Because the truth is, mentorship, you need to study your mentor. You need to study. Because if you say you love and you cannot sacrifice for 10 minutes because of the time, and then because I didn't give him an opportunity, after that time I didn't see him again. And then now it's not the rave of the moment. And, I hear him saying that I didn't give him an opportunity. I said it wasn't funny. He mismanaged. The truth is, how many people do I want to explain things to? There are ethics in jobs. There are ethics in a place. You get to a place.
This is beautiful. Awesome time. Oh. All right.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So as much as possible, in this generation, if you cannot satisfy everybody, you cannot convince. Mentorship, if you are watching this, mentorship is essential, whether you like it or not. Even people that believe that there are no mentors, see, nobody gets to the top. Somebody brought you up.
Yes.
Nobody. Mention any.
This is beautiful. Network, please. Network, please. Oh, network. This is beautiful. This is life-changing, transformational. I'm getting blessed. I'm getting enlightened by this conversation. So let's just give a few minutes and see what's going to happen. I may need to add Saco so that we can do this. Just give me a moment, please. Okay, add Saco back right away. Okay, please just be patient with us. Thank you. And we need to lay eyes on this network. I agree with you. This is very good. Yeah, so Saco is joining us back right away. Please bear with us. We apologize for the network.
Okay, sir. So I'm back.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. And I must say to people, one of the calls I just received, okay, my auntie was trying to call me. My younger brother, my younger brother's wife just gave birth. She just had a baby boy. I just got a call.
Great. Congratulations.
Yes, I'm an uncle again. So, and as a first child, I'm supposed to reach out to all my uncles to tell them. And so I think calls are already coming into. No, and that's the truth. My younger brother just gave birth. And my job as a first son is to reach out to my uncles, reach out, respectfully tell them. Yeah. So some of them were just telling, thank you so much, official Oge. Okay, so I was saying to you that people that say they don't need a mentor right now, nobody, you did not get to the level that you got to without someone's mentorship. You see that someone influenced you on getting to where you are going to. Somebody recommended you for a job. You read somebody's book. You watched their podcast. You listened to their podcast. You watched their videos. one way or the other, you were influenced. So you might say you don't need a mentor, but you have a role model. But you have a role model because you know that even difference between a mentor and a role model. Uh, I'm sure you know, Baba. You know
Yes,
that
sir.
even a role model and a mentor.
I was going to ask that question. There's always
Yeah, a role model is someone that you see from afar, you celebrate, you appreciate, you read their books, you know. Someone like Dr. Masmoro is a role model. Someone like Steve Harvey is a role model to me because I follow them, I watch their videos, but I do not have one-on-one encounter with them. They do not even know I exist, you know. But when I reach out to them and we have a formal discussion, we have a formal interaction and say, sir, I want you to I want you to recommend me. I want you to mentor me. And you know, nowadays you don't just reach out to people and say you want people to recommend them. There are ways you want people to mentor you. There are ways, you know, if you go to my YouTube channel, Spirit of Saco, I talked about how to get your mentor's attention. Gone are those days where you just say mentor me. You meet somebody today and you say mentor me. You do not even know anything about the person because you see the person everywhere. The fact that somebody is everywhere doesn't mean that he is your mentor. There are things that you need to check out. You need to check out the values. You need to check out the goals. You need to check about his temperament. You need to know some things about him. If I do a comparison, I said if one person comes and says, I want you to mentor me, and then he says, what do you know about me? You don't know anything about me. You don't know my name is Saco. And then somebody comes and said, I listened to you at Philip Olabisi's interaction, and one of the things you refer, and it begins to refer to me and begins to say some of the things that I said. In the two people, who do you think I'm going to give attention to? To the other person.
Yeah.
Because he can refer me to some of the things, or he sees my book. My book is going to be out June 16 on mentorship on Father's Day. Yeah, you know. So and then he refers and says, one of the books that I read. That's how to get a mentor. So that's why you have the elevation pitch where you are in an elevator and you meet somebody, and then you cannot say something in 30 seconds. There are some people you meet, and those by the words you refer to something from their book, they get your attention. They get the attention. And compared to somebody say, I want you to mentor, and somebody says, sir, in your book in chapter, and somebody says in your book in chapter 4, page 4, and the person is already giving you page, and you say, who is this person? What is wrong with this person? Who are you to me? You get, and I begin to tell you these things, and then you say, wow, you're going to give that person attention. You know, somebody was sharing with me yesterday how she got to meet Dr. Masmoro. She went to Bahamas and she attended the conference, and then Dr. Masmoro came to Lagos, and then she just mentioned the word that she had in Bahamas. You know, just as she was coming out from her car, and she mentioned the word, some of the things that he referred, and he said, wow, how did you get that? I said, I was in Bahamas, and that was how they connected. So sometimes it's role model is someone you see from afar, you read their books, you admire them, you know, you even have the picture in their house, is on your screen everywhere, but they are not your mentor. They are people that influence you. They've influenced. Bishop Oyedepo has a lot of proteges, but you know, people can say Bishop Oyedepo is my mentor, but he doesn't know you, he doesn't even have your number. People can argue it, but I'm not arguing. I'm just telling you my own perception. That's the truth.
That's what you did. That's what you said in your video. You said, I'm not arguing.
I'm not going to argue with anybody. You say this is what I've studied it, and this is what, you know, several people have said. You know how Google is. You know, the more when you think you know something, before you know, they open your eyes to other things. So I'm still learning. I'm doing a study of mentorship. I'm widely, you know, studying. You know, so for me, that's what it means.
Yes, there are two things that when in one of your videos, I wrote it down. You mentioned two things. You said best players are the hardest workers, and you believe in process. Maybe I'm your mentee already now. You know all the things that from your videos I'm already telling you. So will you mentor me too?
That's sir. Why not? Why not? You're going to mentor. You know. And let me tell you one thing about mentorship. Mentorship is we could actually borrow mentorship. Because you could mentor me in an aspect and I could mentor you in an aspect. There's nothing wrong. You know, a lot of people say, how can I mentor my friends? There are people that they could be your best friend, but you need mentorship. So you need to submit to them, because a lot of people mismine and say, how can I submit to my friend? You need to learn this thing. Your friend knows this thing. Submit yourself. There's nothing Agidi will do to you. Yes. You don't have anything. You're not submitting yourself. I have a guy. I'm older than him with 2 years, but you need to see the way I submit to this guy. you need to see the way I submit to this guy. I am thanking God that is in my life. Because the truth is my life is not perfect. I still want to improve myself in other aspects of my life. When this guy says a thing, I follow. I am doing it. It can 2 days ago he was scolding me about me not having a website. He was telling me, and I'm saying in my mind, I'm on waiting. Website is not making money for me. And he began to open my eyes. This is what you need to. This is what you need to do. In my mind, I like let me focus on the things that is making money for me. I'm just trying to be as real as possible. So for me, yeah. So you were saying the others worker. You were saying you were saying
yeah. So I listen to, because when I listen to people, I take notes. I write things that will benefit me. I watch a few of your videos on YouTube, and I
yes, sir.
took note when you were talking about talent is not enough. I know you are
Yes.
doing a masterclass on talent is not enough. For you to know that people are listening to you. I have spoken to 2 people this week that are looking forward to the session. Both of them, I'm sure you know them. You know, Shago Alabi is my friend.
Yes, that's my cousin. That's my cousin.
We spoke about you for a long time yesterday.
Yeah,
because his wife was my, we graduated the same year in the university.
Wow, in Ron, right? Yeah.
Yes. So you've been to Ron. So you
yes, I've been to Ron. Yes, now you. Yes.
We can't forget. Saco
Yes. Yeah.
we can't forget Saco. So
we'll find God.
from that's what you mentioned, the best players are the hardest workers, and you believe in process. Can you please expatiate on that?
Okay, one of the things I said is the best player as the hardest worker is it takes you 10,000 hours to become a professional in anything you're doing. 10,000 hours. Malcolm Gladwell talked about that, and then any player you see today, they are working behind. It's either they are taking 1 hour of their time, they're taking 1 hour of their time every day to do. When you are sleeping, they are teaching, they are reading, and they are doing this. Especially footballers, they watch their diet. Mention the footballers, the popular. I'm not a football fan, but if you check them, they have a separate diet. They don't eat everything everybody's eating. They don't eat bread. They don't eat rice every day. They choose what because they want to remain light. When you check their schedule, you realize that it's a lot of work. So for you to become the best player in anything you are doing, there should be a lot of sacrifice. There should be a lot of things that you are doing that others are not doing. So you can read a book. It's either you're intentional. I was also saying to myself, every day I must read a book. Every day I must read a book. I must read something. It's either I listen to a podcast, I have my laptop, I'm listening to something, I'm listening to Joel Osteen, I'm listening to Tony Robbins, and one of the things that Tony Robbins said, in Awakening the Giants, and I've had another speaker talk about that. He says, we hear the word information is power. We hear the word information is power all the time. Information is not power. Information is potential power until you put power, until you put action to the information you've heard. We've had it all our lives. Information is power. Information is power. Information is power until you put an action into the information that you have. So for me, every hardest worker, all the hardest worker you've seen has something they are doing. And I also believe in process. You can't see a child that was born today that will start working. You can't see a child today that will start working. If a child starts working today, there's a problem. You say there's a problem. You say that it's not much or no need. You say different things because it's not the normal.
Yeah.
And if you check it when God creating the world, it took God 7 days. It took God 6 days, and then God created man, right? God created man on the 6th day. And after that time, he was almost regretting that he created man. At the time he regretted and said, I regret and regret and regret. And then he wanted to correct it in the New Testament. He didn't just create man. Do you think Jesus would have, do you see any reason why Jesus was born? There was no reason. Jesus would have just fall down from heaven as Terminator. He would have just damn. Why did he go through the process? Why did God had to allow him go through the process to understand that it's not every time you don't see anything miraculously. You have to go through process. You have to go through process. You want to eat food today, you have to go through process. Even if you have to go to fast food, you have to go through process. And that's it. That's what I was saying. I am a product of process. I did not know some things that I know today. I learned them in the process of serving. I learned them in the process of my job. I learned that where I was working as a waiter. I learned that when I was teaching as a literature teacher. I learned that when I was picking ball as a tennis boy. I was a tennis boy at a party in the time of my life. I was picking ball. I think they were paying me 15 hour, every time. I was very young. I just wanted to, I was restless. So I've learned a lot of it. I believe strongly in process. All right. So that's what I meant. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Can we take some questions now?
Yes, you can take some questions. I think we already have a question from, yes. And from BCC photography, he's one that took my pictures, and the one he pinned down. The latest picture she just saw me, is the one that is the one
Beautiful
that took the picture.
background and quality
Yes.
background and
Thanks.
everything.
Thank
I
you.
like the fact that the person was able to blend the colors of what you're wearing with the background.
Yes. He's a fantastic person.
Many people, details like that. Like your flyer and everything that we did. People are attracted based on the quality. Some people don't know. We just want to do things. I took note to check the pictures.
Yes.
I saw the blend between the background and what you are wearing. People are that meticulous. They check details. And please, BCC, you are doing a very great job. Anyone, weddings, anything you want to do, parties, please contact BCC.
Mr. Benjamin Okolawon, that's the CEO of BCC Photography. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Follow them after this session. They will give you the best. Yes. I can assure you of that. All right. So you have the question. What's the question? Yeah. What do you advise when a mentor-mentee relationship is turning to a master-slave relationship?
Run away. Run. Run.
Run away.
Run away. Yeah, a lot of people say focus on the strength, but when it's becoming, God has given you dominion over everything, not dominion over man. He gave you dominion. God gave us dominion over everything.
Can you repeat that again, please?
God gave us dominion over everything in the world. Over everything in the world except man. Check it. You check it. He gave us dominion over everything but man. So as much as possible, the fact that men are honoring you, or the fact that you are a leader, does not mean that you have more value or you're more superior to any other man. Like I said to you, mentorship is it's a symbiotic relationship. I'm learning from you, but like a mentor, you as a mentee, as a protege, you are supposed to focus more on learning. Get the things you need to learn, and you're still learning. You are giving back. You are giving back. I don't go to any of my mentors. Somebody say Jackpa. Yes, Jackpa. Don't, if you are, and I tell you also, I think I'm learning the process. Another thing I'm learning is, when do I need to stop to know that the time frame of this mentor has expired? Because the truth is, mentorship expires. Yeah, it expires. Some mentors, yes. Because the truth is, yeah. Because when the person is, when a mentor is begin to be insecure about your success, it's no longer a mentor. It's a tormentor. Your mentor is always supposed to be happy with you. And the truth is, if you are faithful with the joy of a mentor is that the mentor will do very well. Your protege will do better than you did. That's the truth. But as mentors, I'm still learning. I'm still a protege to somebody. As mentor, your job is always to read, be better, be better. Be better. Don't just stay. My cousin's around. Shegun is here.
It was his wife that said Jackpot. It was his wife.
Yeah. Oh, it was his wife that said Jackpot. Okay, that's my sister-in-law. So it's a part where you need to ask yourself. Ask yourself, your mentor is supposed to be secured with your success. Your mentor is supposed to be happy every time he sees you, because the truth is, you are doing the things. I wrote some things down. Don't because you know how it is. One of the benefits of mentor. Yes, sir. I wrote some things down. Why your mentor? Why you should become a mentor. Your dream will live after you. Some of the things that you could not achieve. Some mentors turn to competitors. Yes, that's the truth. I agree with you. One of the reasons why you should mentor is that your dream will live after you. There's some things that you cannot achieve, that you could not achieve at your age. But if you focus on mentoring people, your dream will live after you. The things you've always dreamed of happening will dream after you. Martin Luther King says, I have a dream. I have a dream. It was very specific. I have a dream that so thing. Did it happen? It did. because he spoke the word, he had a dream, and people followed. In spite of all the racism, it happened. Can mentor you in all areas? Well, it's possible. You will remain relevant as a mentor when you have opportunity to mentor people. You will remain relevant when you give good resources, you give good things to your proteges. They begin to talk about you, places you never imagine you will go to. You will go there. And I'll tell you, that is not the intention of the mentor. It's not the mentor. The intention of the mentor is not for me to do for you and I do me back. That's not the intention. The intention must, like your father. The intention of your father is to see you grow, is to make sure that the things you could not achieve, he achieves it. How much you want to give your father? All the sacrifices, I've lost count of the school fees I've paid for my children, and they are not teenagers yet. The only thing I can get from them is to see them blossom, is to see them excel in their gifts, in the assignment that God has given to them. That is what a mentor should do. All right, that's what a mentor should do. Your influence multiplies. That's the truth. Your influence multiplies. My proteges have invited me to their school, to come speak. They didn't know me before, but because of the way they spoke about me, and they began to give me respect. So I have double respect. All right. That's the same way I talk about my mentor. People, who's your mentor, and I refer and I mention their names. So it is important. Mentorship is important. But the truth is, there are people that don't let me wait. I don't know your next question, but we have another 20 minutes to come. All right, let me wait for this.
Let's take. So this question, can you quickly respond to it? Can your mentor you?
In all areas of life. There are some very vast mentors that have, they know something about everything, about marriage, about everything they know. So it's possible. It's possible. I have a mentor for marriage. I have a mentor for finance. I have a mentor for MC, Master of Ceremony. I have a grand mentor, Master of Ceremony, Alibaba. I have different mentors. I have project coordinators, strategic mentors. I have them. I follow them. I read I follow them well. I've been serving a mentor now, doing events for him for virtually free for 10 years now, consistently going to Abuja to do things for him free. He just don't know, because the truth is, I am reading more now about mentor, and I realize that there's still some things I need to do for my mentors. So I was telling one of my friends today, and I said, as I'm reading those things, I'm already saying, how can I get better in this relationship? Because you must keep getting better. I wrote something down. One of the things that you must lead with the value. As a protege, you must lead with value. You must let your mentor know, stand out. First, one of the ways for you to maximize relationship is to stand out. See how you can bring value to your mentor.
Yes.
Okay, somebody saying, can I have it? Okay, see how you can stand out. If it is graphics, the story of Mr. Sivaris and Fela Drotoyi is the story that I've had over and over again. It's come to our program, study mentoring program, and he shared how he was living in Yanopaja, and Fela Drotoyi was living in Victoria, in VGC. And he will come all the way from Yanopaja to reach out to him and say, sir, I can handle your cases. I can handle this thing. I can handle these things. Fela Drotoyi didn't have that at that time. And that was how Steve Harris became his protege. He did not say, I want you to mentor me. He just said, sir, I can handle this segment of your life. I can handle this thing. He didn't say segment of your life. Say, I can handle this thing for you for free. I can do it for you for free. I'm not doing it because I want to get something back. You've gotten access. Service gives you access to some places. It's not to some places. Most places.
Yes.
I've been to places that if I have not submitted myself to mentorship, I will not get into those places. And I've seen some of my proteges have gone with me outside the country, and they said to themselves, if I did not I encourage them, I made them see it. I said, you can travel. Somebody encouraged me, you can travel. 2 years ago, it came to my mind, I can actually start influencing people to go to Dubai, because I want to see them go global. Sometimes when they are rejected, the reason why some of them are rejected is because they don't have travel experience. So I said to myself, Dubai is the easiest way to travel. Easiest way. Once you have your money and you can do your visa, anyone can travel to Dubai. It's just immigration officers here that they stop. But I know the tricks now of taking proteges. So by the grace of God, I've influenced about 10 to 20 people to 25 people of comedians, to go to Dubai. Last year, September, I moved about 33 people to go to Dubai. from an idea, and I said to myself, it's not about me. Tomorrow, the intention is not to blow my trumpet, but the truth is, whenever they remember their first trip outside Nigeria, they remember me.
Yeah.
Even if they don't bless me, God will bless me.
Yes. Yes.
Because for every seed you sow, you might not reap it from that place, but you will reap it.
Yeah.
You will reap it. You've sown a seed, you will reap it. It's a principle of life.
Yes.
All right. So I don't know how we got here, but I don't know how we got here.
So you mentioned something very critical. Service gives you
Yes, service.
access. That's a
Yes, it does.
beautiful thing. So you have mentioned so many of the things that people are asking. Someone was still asking about the issue of competition with mentorship and everything. When a mentor becomes insecure, you also mentioned the another question I was asked. Can you shed more light on the symbiotic relationship? I think you have also spoken about that. Somebody wants you to shed more light on that.
I've shared symbiotic. Symbiotic. The first time I heard the word symbiotic it's symbiosis. You know, symbiosis in biology. You know, we have the symbiotic, we have the parasitic, and we have the sapophytic. We have the sapophytic. You know, so we have the symbiotic. Let me talk about the sapophytic. Sapophytic animals are animals that feed on dead things. On dead things that are dead. You know, they begin to feed on them. Parasitics are the ones that they take from you and they're not giving you back. You know, you see that tick, you see that no, sapophytic are the ones that they're taking from you, but you're not getting it. Parasitic is the one, okay, you check it, just sapophytic. Go and check it. You Google it, you find out. You're correct. You know, so the parasitic are the one collecting from you. They are sucking blood, ticks, they are sucking things. You're not seeing anything, you're not seeing any value. But symbiotic is the ones they are taking from you, but you are seeing value. You are seeing the things you are seeing something that since this person came into your life, there is something organization. There is maybe as a mentor, maybe you don't even arrange your table because you have a lot of things, and this person he politely says to you before you even come back, he helps you arrange. I know some people are very, very, you know, some people are, once they leave their book here, don't move their book, just leave their book. But it could just be graphics. Yes, now you know some people are here. I tell my wife, baby, please just let me leave my things here. I beg, please, my books, please just leave them here. Where did you keep my book? You know, But at the same time, some people can come out helping you to write a book. I have some guys. The books I'm going to be bringing out now, June 16th. I just shared the ideas with them, you know, and I said, this is what I want. This is what I want. Anything you want me to do, and they're there. They're around me. Tomorrow, there's nothing they want to do that I'm not going to support. There's nothing they want to do because they are bringing value to me. They are leading with value. You know, they are, and one thing you must know is that you must stay hungry. You know, so symbiotic is, you know, I'm already jumping. Let me finalize. Symbiotic is when you have, I'm learning from you, you are learning from me. That's what it means. So it's an English word where I'm learning from you, where it's like husband and wife. But that's not how it's supposed to be because, you know, the truth is I'm just learning from you. There's something I'm learning. That's my own definition.
Like interdependence.
That's my own definition because that's what I see. That's where I make my proteges see that I'm learning from you. There's something I'm learning from you. I don't let them see that I am the big boy. I tell them I'm vulnerable too. I have things that I'm also trusting God to get. I have things that I'm also praying to stop. Okay, so I go ahead to tell them, I said, these are things I'm struggling with. These are things that I'm trusting God to help me. And I tell them, I do not want you to, you know, go through the path. I went through a season of my life in 2011 to 2014. And then when God delivered me from it, you know, it was a big one. And then I called all my proteges and I said, this God has delivered me from this. And I prayed with them. October 1st, I remember calling them on my anniversary, you know, my professional anniversary, 2014. I prayed with them. I said, so things. So when you hear it out, because the job of a protege is not for you to begin to carry rumor that you don't know anything about. Even if you hear rumor about you, it's not your job to talk about it. It's part of the 20-second series I'm going to be pushing out. It's not your job to carry rumor. When you hear anything, it's either you reach out to your mentor. So I'm hearing this about you. This is especially the ones, because not every mentor is accessible. Some people do not correct them. Some people do not have access to correct them. They feel that I'm not saying you should correct your mentor like, sir, you know. That's a way you would, you know, sir, six, you know. But you know, just like the way you want to correct your father, Dad, you did a fantastic job there. Daddy did. But I noticed this place. It's called the sandwich approach, where you praise your mentor or you praise your protege. You praise anybody you praise. You give them what you need to give them quietly, and then you see praise. It's called the sandwich approach, where nobody's feeling bad. You did fantastic. But if you are just added, you know how you don't want to get into trouble when you're appreciating your wife. Baby, this your food is sweet, oh. This your food is sweet, oh. If you had just put small salt, or the salt was just, baby, this food would have been. But you know, you have already passed your message. You don't say your food is not sweet. You appreciate the effort.
Let me be a comedian like you too now. I just remember something. It's okay. So much in the
yes. Oh, it's already. You know, Yorubas are very respectful. Yorubas are very respectful. If they want to insult you, they'll be using air for you. So, and then I'll tell you, they come on low air for you. Because that's what you have crossed your line.
Okay, so
how you cross
another
the line.
question.
Yeah.
Somebody raised a question. How do you deal in a relationship with your mentor when the spouse does not like you?
First, we need to know what exactly you did. Which of the spouse, is it a male or a female? Which of the person does not like you?
So, male to male, but the wife of the mentor does not like the guy.
Okay, so one thing I must tell you is that women are naturally intuitive.
Okay.
Women are intuitive. Women see trouble from afar. They sense trouble from afar. They might not be able to explain. You know, it's still sometimes I still tell my wife. Sometimes my wife does the same thing too. So I'm telling you, I could tell you, my wife sometimes does not connect with some people. You know, they are searching. When a woman looks at you, they are searching. Trust me, sometimes you think they are witch. They are not witch. It's natural. They are intuitive. They tell you, they sense trouble, but you don't know. You are ready. You know, you are ready to help people, and that's it. Sometimes my wife will say, baby, you can't help everybody. But you know, if you give me the opportunity, I want to share the things that I have. I want to share the things, you know, the information. Sorry, I'm seeing a mosquito that, you know, you don't have mosquito in Canada, do you? No, Maria for your Toby, Colon Sha, no, I for your no, for your yeah, no. Hold up, what you gave me, Joseph. You know, so, you know, your women are naturally intuitive. So when your wife doesn't, you need to convince your wife. If you need to, okay, the person has to keep doing, especially if the person has ulterior motive, the alarm, the red flag will show. The person's wife will sense it. The person's wife will sense it. So we need to check yourself. If you are genuinely there to serve, keep serving. Do the things you need. You don't even need to go to the house. That means you don't need to go to the house. You don't need to go to the person's house, right? Why does she not like? You can do what you need to do. There's some people, my wife will tell me, I don't want to see this person in my house. I don't want to see this person in my house. But the truth is, when I know that this person is giving me value, and I know that I don't have to have any encounter with the person. Oh, I reach out, I need to do this, send me by mail. I don't need to see you. So if you know that you are genuinely there, you know, to offer, keep doing what you need to do. You don't have to have, what are you going to do in the house? Then don't go to the house. Because you will sense it when somebody's wife doesn't like you, it doesn't like you. I know some people that, you know, my wife is not connected to yet. So no matter what, you know, I pray she likes me. Loud voice is saying, no matter what, the wife will not come out of the house. She will stay inside. The person can be there for 2 hours. The person will decide, I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to see this person. When is the person leaving? So don't stress yourself. Focus on the things that is working between you and the mentor, you know. And God is actually revealing. Sometimes He reveals. It's two way. You know, maybe she needs to be convinced enough that you are there and you have good motive. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very, very much. Our time is almost gone. If anybody has any question, but I wanted to talk about your book coming out on June 16, the title of the book, and where platforms to get a book.
No, I'll put on just follow. It's basically about mentorship. Also, it's called we're designing on the on the title. You know, when we're done writing it, I just said no. We've started writing it, but you know how we keep going over. It's about mentorship, an handbook that you can read in 20 minutes, in 30 minutes, that can give you a guide on mentorship, on how to get access to your mentors. If you follow me on YouTube, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Spirit of Saco, on how to get your mentors' attention. I talked about it too. I'm going to be doing more, explaining more. I also have a mentorship. Community that I'm building right now. If you go to my bio, you will see the link. You just feel it's easy. We're not charging. You just go and then we're sending you some mentor. Yes, that's the truth. We're sending you mentorship things that you need to do because it gives you. I can't mentor everybody. I'm also privileged to be a protege to people. I'm privileged to be mentors to people, and for me, every time. Sometimes my mentor calls me and I'm shaking and I'm saying my mentor just called. My wife sometimes, when we first got married, my wife was asking me, why do I shake when I see my mentor's call? One of the things I must never do is the power of see finish. There's a power of see finish that when you get access to your mentor, somebody you admire from afar, and suddenly you see the person and you begin to, oh, is this the person? Is this all he knows? Because you now see him in short knickers. You see different things about him. One thing I read from a book that, from Timmy, he said the fact that your mentor is friendly with you does not mean he's a friend.
Yes, sir. Yes.
The fact that he's friendly with you does not mean he's a friend. It does not mean that you should call him, you call him his pet name and say headmaster. Yeah, you've headed out of the relationship. In fact, you've done freedom. Just your mentor has gone. Just leave him. In fact, that's why you see that key emotion. What did I do? There's been a compilation of your losing mentorship. So
Yeah.
that's also it. So people can follow me, and from first week in June we begin to talk about it.
All right. Thank you so much. Already, I really really admire you a lot.
Thank you.
I must tell you the truth because I know that I can trace my knowing about Damola is my name. I can always trace. I can't forget. It was at Global Impact Church.
Yeah, Global Impact Church.
Video went viral.
Yes, it did.
That was where everybody knew Damola is my name. So I think your relationship with Damola is like a mentor relationship as well.
Yes, it's my protege. Damola Forever, Kenny Black, SLK, mention different. They're all my proteges. Yeah, they're all my protege.
You're already a daddy now in the industry.
Well, I'm learning. I'm getting better and better. The truth is, there's no daddy anywhere. As you get to one level, you keep working on yourself. So I've not arrived. I can only get better.
And you're also very, very open and vocal about your mentor. At least I've not spoken to you on the phone, but I know Nia this man is your mentor.
Yes, he is.
I know that. I know only Mama is your mentor because
he's my guy.
Once in a while, you always public show off, let everyone know who you follow, so they know. And you do that a lot.
Like my last post before now. I said to you that one of the, if you know, Dr. Samadeyemi is my mentor. And then I said to you that if your mentor does not have a mentor, there can be an issue. Because the truth is, yes, that if your mentor does not have a mentor, that's an issue. There's somebody that they're answerable to. No matter how big they are, there's somebody that they're answerable. There's someone that they can, and as a protege, sometimes you might need to read about your mentor's mentor. Find out some things. Lola Matt is saying, bring value to your mentor. Yes, bring value. Trust me, a lot of people say, my mentor used me. It's because you have something useful. That's why he used you. If your mentor does not have, if somebody does not have something, do they want to use? Oh, me. Nobody uses you. You have something. Yes, that's the truth. You have value that you are bringing. That's the truth. When I started, I had people I was working with. I would go and stand in for them for events. I would do different events. I know how much they pay them, but they pay me peanuts. But today, if you talk to Lomi, I have seen different Lomi because other people have Lomi, and I have seen, because the truth is, when you give value for doing the things and you do it well, it gives you opportunity. For every event you do, it opens over 10 doors, 10 opportunities. So even if you stand in for somebody, you go and stand in for some people, know what you stand for. It's an opportunity for you to express yourself. So any mentor that is using you now is using you for the best, for how to, to be the best in what you're doing.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. I don't want to take so much of your time. I want you to give us your final words on mentorship, maximizing it, and then we are going in the next 2 or 3 minutes from you. And a loud voice said you didn't mention his name, and they told him.
Okay, loud voice. Okay, like loud voice just lost a mentor. Loud boy just lost a mentor. He
No,
just
no,
lost a
no.
mentor.
This, I think this is the person that even brought you to Redeemers University there. This is Lumi. I don't know whether you know Lumi there.
What? Oh, Lumi. No, what? No, it was. I think it was Lumi, and then my best friend Shegun Ajawo.
Oh, Shagwa Jawo.
Shegun
Yes.
Ajawo is my best friend. Yes, my best. He was
Wow.
one that basically, yeah, he was one that influenced. And then this guy, this fair guy that sings. What's his name? This Calabar guy. What's
The
his name?
six.
Aka, or what's his name?
Aka. Oh, Aka.
Is
Oh,
that what's his name again? It's fair. It's fair. He normally takes praise worship. What if your desired mentor is far away? Can you? Somebody
oh,
saying if uh, Bros no size my mentor from Canada, bros. I have a lot of mentors now.
no, so, no, I don't know. Somebody
Oh,
should ask me.
Daniel. That's his name, Daniel. Daniel is the name
Daniel.
of the guy.
Okay.
You remember
Oh,
Daniel?
I remember Daniel. I remember Daniel.
Yes,
There's some
yes.
Daniel. I remember
Daniel,
Daniel.
yes,
I
yes,
remember him now.
yeah.
So, can you take that question and then we are gone? Daniel Owo. Daniel is a Calabar guy. Yes.
Daniel Owo,
Daniel
yes,
Owo. Yes. Yeah.
yes, Daniel Owo, yes,
Thank you very much for reminding
yes,
us. Can you
yeah,
cost with your mentor by reading their books? You don't, they are far
yes.
away.
Yeah, the truth is you can read their books, but yes, you can read their books and basically, sorry, let me adjust the light. You can read their books, but like I said, if you don't have access to them one-on-one, they might not be. Daniel Owo, yeah, that's his name, Daniel Owo,
Yes.
yes. Daniel Owo showed me serious because Daniel Owo was the one that interviewed me when I came. He wanted to check my born again level. He wanted to check. The guy shook me. He shook me, shook me, but when I convinced him, guess what? I anchored his wedding. I anchored his
Wow.
wedding. And I just smiled. I just said, this life is just amazing. Because when I came, he shook me. He would say, where are you? What do you do? And all those things. And then God gave me voice in Redeemers University. And I think the second time I anchored an event, it was the school. All the school loved me. I remember Biodo Ajawo, my friend, Shego Ajawo, came not okay. And then he came to hug me and says, thank you. Because, I did not disappoint our family. I came from Ilorin then, you guys are butting and run. You wanted to run me out of my calling, but you find them. So
Thank you so much for
just
your.
read their books. Keep working on yourself. Keep getting better. I tell you the truth. Every mentor wants someone that can bring something to the table. No mentor wants to waste his time. No mentor. Nobody has that patience enough. I know that David in the Bible had to mentor a lot of people. You remember the guys, and it's amazing. Remember the story of the people that wanted to stone when they went to war, and by the time they came back, they've taken all their children. And the people, if you read the chapter very well, you realize that a chapter before that chapter, David mentored them. They were, if you read the scripture, you can Google it and find out where the scripture. As at one chapter, they were nobody. And then all of a sudden, David invested in them. And then because they lost their wife, because of one mistake that they did, he almost wanted to start stoning him. And thank God that David was connected to God, because above everything, you have the God that is your great mentor, your greatest mentor, And then he inquired of the Lord, can I follow? Can I follow? And then he says, oh, fool, you over, and you get. So mentors can disappoint you, proteges can disappoint you, but should not stop you from being who you are. Be a blessing. Trust me. You get the best.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
We
you.
have
Thank you
been
so much.
really, really blessed. We are grateful for your time, for this,
Thank you.
from a wealth of knowledge, experience.
Thank you.
We see
Thank
that you
you.
took your time to really prepare for us, and we are
Thank
grateful for
you.
that. We are
Thank you
grateful
so much.
for
Thank
being
you.
open to us, and we hope that we'll be able to call you some other time.
Yes, I'll just send my invoice. We didn't talk about the invoice part, so I'll send you my invoice after that.
We didn't talk about.
Yes.
I will discuss with your cousin as well.
No, don't discuss my cousin. Leave me. This is me and you. Let's me and you. Leave my cousin. My cousin is here. He knows the area is handling. Yeah. Please, and just come to my DM and then hallelujah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you for inviting me.
This video will be on YouTube. I'll also send a copy to you once I download it. I will send you a copy.
Please. I'd like to get a copy too.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Evening. Thank you. Have a great
my cousin is saying, what? Shego Alabi, what is it? What is it? What?
Oh,
We are
I'm
cousins,
telling
so
you.
just please, handle your, please, and focus on your family. We are cousins from mother side. Just your love, man, that's your business, me, Joe. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you. I
starting
like it.
another class by
Yes.
7.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye bye,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.